All this rap money, look, I need too much. Money, loyalty, and love in the dream we trust. You'll be switching up the players on your team too much. Tiny copy, that's my low, Young Supreme, what's up? And we travel around the world getting cream or what? Ain't you get off on whoever hustles seem to rush? Las Vegas, yeah, you. After all that looking tough, all he seen was 50 Cent and Mayweather with us. Your story. All my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life. Look.
I'm so sorry, like I woke up inside a Rari. Little things wanna to my songs over my. I'm so sorry, like I woke up inside a Rari. You know my little things wanna my songs over my. It's the new life, it's the do right. In my pockets, you don't have to see, but you can watch it. And I'm never lost, I got the options. Tell them slow down, wake up, study. Got the fresh face with the fresh money. Not the two-face, but the protect Gemini. Lot of blue face, diamond one cut, samurai. Got the new place, so many cars can't fit in garage. I'm living my best life. Used to shop and have the research on the price. Used to fly coach when I had to catch a flight. Yeah, I'm just pulling down Melrose with it. Thank God I didn't have to get a job. And I'm in my own lane, I don't have to switch cars. Every day's a good day, cause I made myself a star. I'm so sorry, I got woke up inside a Rari. I know my little things wanna my songs over my. I'm so sorry, I got woke up inside a Rari. Ain't know my little things wanna to my songs over my. I'm just pulling down Melrose with it. Oh, you think I'm cute? I'm just pulling down Melrose with it. I ain't coming for a friend, I ain't coming just to talk. Got a lot of things to do, got a business, I'm a star. So don't push me.
Ah, that's beautiful. A view of the stunning and historic City Hall. And nothing.
I think I'll pay your way. I think I made a way. Save the day. When you ask, can you take a pic? I'm so sorry. I got woke up inside a Rari. I know my old things wanna.
The view high above our broadcast location tonight, the Staples Center in Los Angeles. And the injury report for both teams, players who will not be available tonight.
And some uncertainty arises when both teams are missing players. Who is better able to weather the storm and take care of business?
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. O'Neal is out there with Duncan. Then it's Stockton. Then it's Pippen. And it's Jordan in at the 2. And for Los Angeles, Ewing is out there with Chamberlain. Then it's Baylor. Then there's Robertson. And it's Gervin in at the 3. A nice shot by Jordan. There should be plenty of fireworks out in the backcourt tonight in this one. Of the guards you played alongside, who was the best combination passer scorer?
Oh, man, Kerry, you put me in the hot seat. that's a tough one. I just got to give everybody
You played with a lot of them, though, didn't you? Huh?
Yeah, I know, man. I didn't know it was going to be a test today. I got to go with my boy Rod Strickland when I played with him at the Wizards. I think he's the best finisher ever, and he led the league in assists. My boy Jay Will, shout out to White Chocolate. I mean, he is one of the most creative players I ever played with, but he could shoot it from deep. He was a guy that liked to shoot it from Curry land, and he could pass it. And then lastly, I'd have to, of course, go with my man Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby could do it all. So I've been blessed to play and fortunate to play with some great scorers and combination passes in this league.
3 terrific names.
Good job getting the ball and completing that play.
Oh, that'll make any coach happy. Aggressive defense, then changing ends quickly.
Baylor with the steal. Robertson against Stockton. Back to Robertson. The 7-footer falls.
And the painted area is where Robertson can destroy you. He's just too strong and too skilled.
Let's go. And it's Pippen missing. Lakers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Robertson right side. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Count that one.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Morning's checked in for O'Neal. Weber comes in for Duncan. Irving's checked in for Pippen. And Isaiah Thomas is subbed in for John Stockton. 1:11 left to play in the first. Irving kicks to Thomas. Over Robertson. Thomas, that's good.
The backcourt today as good as it gets. And they've earned the green light every time they touch the ball.
Irving against Robertson. Over Irving. It's rebounded by Dallas.
I thought that one was going to go down. The mid-range jumpers, oh, man, that's usually a bunny with the D playing soft like that.
Here's Thomas. Offensive rebound. Weber. And Ewing sends it back. Elgin Baylor on the wing. Guarded by Jordan.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot. Plain and simple. Just trying to force something is rarely a good idea.
Here's Irving.
Oh, you see that?
Yeah, finding the weakness in the defense. That's the court savvy of Thomas at work.
With the teardrop, it's tipped. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Lakers ahead. They're up by 1. And will return shortly. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Yeah, it's a gambling style that pays off, GA, keeping things in disarray for that offense.
On the floor for Dallas, we've got Weber. Michael Jordan is out there with Thomas. Then there's Mourning, and it's Irving in at the small forward position. Richmond, no good.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Weber pulls it in. Weber's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Jordan, and it's Jordan with the jam.
And right there, you see how quickly MJ gets into the air. Yet another one of his natural gifts.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward thinking about is always accepting new ideas. They've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
DA, great assessment. Good report. Thank you so much.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. We often talk about problems between the players and fans. I'm sure there are some things that fans do, Chris, that players do appreciate.
Oh, yeah, Kev. And you know what we really appreciate? The good trash-talking fans.
Oh, really?
The clean trash-talking fans. Oh, Weber, you suck. You can't shoot. So what? You just dunked on the whole team. Like, don't stop in the first quarter, good fans. You know, keep going when I'm giving it to you all game long. So you love that. You love the crowds, too, that don't need to be hyped up by a PA guy. You love the ones that are just so sincere. When they see that kissing camera come on, they go crazy. Or they're just cheering for both teams in great play, though they want their teams to win. And you love, again, the creative heckler, the one that had to think about it the day before, like the ones that comes in with the sign and it's a picture of you crying or look like you're crying with words under like, hey, you didn't get asked to prom today, or the face on Chris after he missed the shot. You love that because it is a great relationship. Don't be fooled, and you know this, Kevin. It's a great relationship between players and the fans, and we need those fans to heckle us because when you heckle the best players, you usually get their best game.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. That falls. Nice feed that time from Scottie Pippen. Jordan's got the lead up to 4 now for Dallas. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Outside, KD. 16 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Out to Peyton. Clock at 4. And the rebound goes to Duncan. From deep. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Mavericks lead by 4. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to the first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. And that does it for our halftime show. We now...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. We've seen Michael Jordan really having a great game.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? Keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Robertson is out there with Baylor. Then it's Ewing. Then there's Gervin. And it's Chamberlain in at the center position. Count it, good.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Baylor passes to Robertson. Kicks it to Ewing. Outside Baylor. Here's Robertson. Knocked loose. Chamberlain, the pass to Gervin. Outside Baylor. They shoot again. And they have their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Open for 3. The shot comes out, so Los Angeles will take it the other way. Gervin against Pippen. Good work defensively by Pippen.
Slow to get warm after the break. 0 for 3 now. Maybe they need an early timeout just to try to settle things down.
Ewing against Jordan. Outside Pippen. Shoots over Chamberlain. Chamberlain with the block. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. A different look for Dallas. Weber, he's checked in for Duncan. Irving comes in for Michael Jordan. And Isaiah Thomas is subbed in for Stockton. Robertson outside. Passes it to Baylor. Ewing trying to get open. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Weber's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Robertson with the steal. And the rejection by Pippen.
And it's always been about the effort defensively for Pippen, known as a stopper and a fantastic shot blocker to boot.
There's 47 seconds left to play here in the third. Thomas kicks to Weber. Irving passes to Thomas. And he uses the glass on the layup. Thomas got his second bucket of the night.
And though Thomas is great from the perimeter, he has a toughness and a willingness to go in amongst the trees and kind of mix it up.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Poke loose. And Gervin kicks to Ewing. To stop the drought. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. To the middle. Here's Shaq. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play. That's on Patrick Ewing. For Dallas, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
Gervin passes to Baylor. Three-pointer. The shot misses. And so it's Dallas holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. We've got Irving. Warning is out there with Pippen. Then there's Thomas, and it's O'Neal in at center. Shot clock at 5. There's a talk about lowering the minimum draft age from 19 back to 18. And just how much of a difference does that 1 year make in a player's maturity?
It makes so much difference. I mean, you're young, you're coming into a league, you're playing against grown men. Just physically, your body hasn't been able to catch up. How do you handle the travel, being away from your family? Many times this guy's first time being away from their families that long. So it is a maturity process, but at the same time, there's only such a few. And if you're one of the few that have the skill set and you're ready to come to this level, we should welcome you with open arms.
Ewing against Mourning. Off the left rim and out.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
Well, that's how you play it. He does a good job of getting into the shooter's airspace.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're behind by 15. We've got 1:55 left in the game. Duncan, he's checked in for the Mavericks. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Shoots it. And there's Robertson. That's good on the assist by Baylor.
They've tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
Stockton outside. There's the feed to O'Neal. Makes it off the glass. Shaq's got 4 this quarter.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up the score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
Here's Ewing. Pass to Robertson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lets it go. Tim Duncan grabs the miss.
That's high-quality defense right there. Reading the situation, reacting, and making that a very tough jump shot.
There's the pass to O'Neal. Chamberlain with the block.
And the quickness off the floor, the insane reach. Wilt, one of the greatest shot blockers you'll ever see.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. 4 on the clock. Here's Sprewell, and Durant sends it back. Thompson finds Payton. And the rebound goes to Duncan. And here are the Mavericks now. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. The drive by Iverson. Houston, the pass to Iverson. To the inside, and Weber throws it down.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game, a sustained effort across the board.
The shot by Payton, no good.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot, plain and simple. Just trying to force something is rarely a good idea.
So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their
sleep, and I know I said go slow, but I can't hold back no more. Got a premonition, this ain't gonna be a fling. You make a weekend feel like a year, baby, you got me changing 24/7. I want you here, I hope you feel the same thing. I want you to be the one that's on my mind, on my mind, on my mind. I want you to be the one on Monday night, Tuesday night, every night. Are you gonna be the one that's on my mind 365 all the time? I want you to be the one to stay and give me the night and day.
Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
For the land of the free.
It's always fun to look around and see fans singing our Stars Spangled Banner. Getting in the spirit. Should be a good one tonight. Don't go away. Hi, and welcome, everyone, here on 2K. And a couple of injuries among their reserves. I expect their starters guys will be ready to do whatever's needed.
And with Yusuf Nurkic, 2 injuries, one of their stars out, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
Now, Golden State's starting 5. We've got Moses Malone. Hardaway is out there with Harden. Then it's Kareem, and it's Antetokounmpo in at the small forward position. And for the Trailblazers, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Howard is out there with Olajuwon. Then it's Jason Kidd, and it's Ginobili in at the shooting guard position. And there's Howard. That's good on the assist by Leonard. A lot of experience out on that floor in front of us, Brent. Your career spanned 14 seasons. Talk about how you saw the game differently as a veteran player versus the first couple years in the NBA.
Well, I saw it from the bench, quite frankly, as a veteran, Kevin.
Now, wait a minute. Now, hold on now. I know that's not altogether true.
I think the game just slows down. You start to understand that there is a tempo and a rhythm, not only to any given quarter, but any given game and any given season. So it's really, Kevin, about the idea of it slowing down. And I did sit on the bench towards the end, Kevin. That is true.
A little bit.
14's still a good number.
But it turned out well for you.
Well, I get to sit next to you.
Well, it's a lot of fun. You're right. It's a lot of fun. That free throw missing.
We talk a lot about Russell Westbrook and the way that he attacks every game. I think in the Eastern Conference, Giannis Antetokounmpo might be the same way, just tenacious and full of energy, and he fills up the stats.
He hits the second from the line. Brent, for so long we've talked about the potential of what Giannis can do when he reaches his prime. 27 and 13 last year is a pretty good jumping off point.
Winning an MVP award for Giannis at 24 years of age, and knowing that most of the prime years for NBA players are starting to happen between 27 and 30. That's a scary thought, isn't it, Kevin? 4 or 5 years more of growth from Giannis Antetokounmpo and what he can do at that position. If that jump shot comes along, we may be seeing an all-time great develop throughout his career in the next decade.
Now here's Kidd, following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Kidd attacking. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
I like how hard he's working on the glass. A strong big man who is excellent at coming up with second chance opportunities.
Kidd against Hardaway. Passes it to Malone. Over Howard. And again, it's the Warriors missing. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
Sometimes the last resort there, Kevin, is to foul Dwight Howard. It happens quite often, but what a powerful presence on the inside.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. McAdoo is checked in for Olajuwon, and it's Hill in for Kawhi Leonard. Golden State also making some changes. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Hart, and Damian Lillard subbed in for Hardaway.
Well, Klay is a very good positional and on-ball defender, but him getting to a block shot like that, that's impressive.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
The Trailblazers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team, so you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Carter's checked in. The Warriors also with a sub. Embiid, he's checked in for Moses Malone. Abdul-Jabbar passes to Lillard. 5 to shoot. Golden State needs to get off a shot. From deep, Giannis, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
How about Antetokounmpo rising up, shooting with great confidence and drilling a 3?
Abdul-Jabbar against Hill. Over Embiid. Second shot opportunity. Howard can't hit.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Lillard finds Embiid. Over Howard. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Trailblazers lead by 3. The leadership mantle, something that Damian Lillard.
A lot of responsibility when things go bad.
Right on the the money as always. Lillard has excelled in that leadership role.
Yeah, I mean, he plays with so much confidence and composure, but also it's the way he includes his teammates and gets to know them as individuals that makes him a franchise player.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And taking a look at the Trail Blazers' performance, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. On the court for the Trailblazers, Carter is out there with Jason Kidd. Then there's Howard, and it's Hill, and it's McAdoo in at the 4. Here's Irving, following the basket by Dwight Howard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Brent Hill picks one up. At the number of trades now starting to involve stars. Feels like the league's power balance is always shifting to some degree.
Yeah, and I think organizations that are trying to stay ahead of the trend, Kevin, might think about, we might have a star for just 2 years. How can we get the next one? Backside of that, Kevin, is a lot of these star players are signing deals that are not extending to 4, 5, 6 years. You can't even do that anymore. So you get a guy for a couple years. What he wants to do is maximize his earning potential for 1 or 2 seasons, become a free agent again, and then look around the league where opportunities not only to win, but to also cash in. That's what's happening in today's game.
Irving looking over the floor. Outside Griffin. The pass to Mullen. Back to Griffin. Over Ginobili. Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Blake Griffin.
Well, though he spends a lot more time, at least in recent seasons, on the perimeter, Griffin's bread and butter still can be around the rim.
Good work there as it goes.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Irving against Ginobili. Irving with a clean look, and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Kyrie Irving has a sweet looking stroke right there. Fantastic at getting his feet underneath him that time.
Kidd against Irving from the wing, and he overshot that one, missing.
Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Outside Griffin. Over Kidd. Griffin's shot is off.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
This one for 3. Here's Olajuwon. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Trailblazers out in front. They're up by 3. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, it's a hard game so far. Going into the second half, what will you tell you?
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They got their lead up to as many as 8 points in the opening period. They didn't stop fighting in the second quarter as they maintained most of their first quarter lead. And that'll do it for our...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. We have seen an exceptional performance from Dwight Howard.
Something has kicked him into gear tonight as he has done work on the offensive end.
I think he's enjoying it too. So rare to have an offensive explosion from him. You know his teammates are loving that as well.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half, they've got Abdul-Jabbar. Harden out there with Hardaway. Then there's Moses Malone. And it's Giannis in at the 3 slot. Here is Howard. He's got 9. Outside Leonard. True on the 14-footer.
I love the patience, the tactical mindset of Leonard. He's so good at picking his spots, especially on the pick and roll. So much great movement, so much great passing, and so much sacrifice for the Warriors on the offensive end of the floor, constantly moving bodies and the ball to find the best shot possible for some of the game's greatest shooters.
He kicks it to Kidd. Leonard against Antetokounmpo. Leonard inside. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Olajuwon's got his first 2 points of the night. Warriors trail by 5. Hardaway passes to Malone. And it's sent back by Howard.
Well, Dwight Howard patrolling the paint still makes you think about your shot attempts, easily leaping up to throw that one away. I swear Dwight Howard plays with a watch on. His timing is tremendous on those alley-oops.
Brent, the passing by the Warriors, 5 consecutive years leading the league in assists.
Pretty remarkable how much they manufacture points with that pass, and it comes from a lot of ball movement, Kevin, and then familiarity. How much does that get impacted this year with some of the guys not being on the roster and introducing some new players?
Hardaway against Kidd. Pass to Olajuwon. It's stolen by Abdul-Jabbar. To the paint. Stolen by Ginobili. Pass to Kidd. Out to the right wing. Olajuwon, the pass to Howard. Here's Kidd. Good D by Hardaway.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
The Warriors have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And as a team, excellent a season ago, about 80% when they got to the line.
And the Warriors with some changes. Embiid, he's checked in for Malone. Thompson comes in for James Harden. And Lillard subbed in for Hardaway. Now Hill. Two on the clock.
Yeah, that quick first step that Hill has is just part of what makes him so special when he's driving the basketball. It's also his mindset. Now, no one's going to get in his way once he's...
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Trailblazers lead by 5. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. They've got Jason Kidd, McAdoo out there with Howard. And there's Carter. And it's Hill in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Lillard looking around. And stolen by Howard. Down low. And it's Howard finishing it off.
And no answer for Dwight Howard that deep inside the paint, always looking to throw it down.
Lillard dishes to Embiid, knocks it loose, feeds it to Abdul-Jabbar, and Kareem throws it down.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Here's Hill, and he slams it down right on top of Joel Embiid.
Yeah, one of the great in-game dunkers we have. Grant Hill, he might not put on a show with his dunks, but it doesn't make him any less impressive.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're trailing by 9. 1:53 left in the fourth. And the Warriors with some changes. Malone's checked in for Embiid. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Lillard. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I was able to catch the message Steve Kerr gave to his team. He said if we're going to pull this out, we have to do it as a team. We have to rely on one another, trust one another, and help one another. Let's go get this. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Ginobili against Thompson. Ginobili outside, over Thompson, and the Trailblazers getting another bucket right there.
And pro move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
Yeah, I don't think he even sees a taller defender out there, just a gifted scorer.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Kidd passes to Howard. Shoots over Malone, and there's Howard. That's good on the assist by Kidd. And it's an 11-point Trailblazer lead. On the wing, Irving. He's covered by Kidd, and it's sent back by Howard.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Trailblazers.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
And Kevin, they had great penetration this time out.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Howard.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot heat.
Kidd, good.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester. And that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.